Hi guys, it's your instructor, Hunter Colley, and today we're going to talk about social media prospecting, the things you need to look out for, and just some helpful tips and software that you can be using that will be most beneficial for you whenever you're prospecting. So with no further ado, let's get it going. So the first and most important tip that I can give you when you're social media prospecting is to make sure that you're approachable. It's so fundamentally important. Don't approach people abrasively. Open up a conversation. This is meant to be a positive experience. And obviously, it's inevitable that at some point in time, you're going to have a client that's just tough and it's hard to work for them. And, it may not necessarily even end off on the best of terms. However, just I need you to get this through your brain because it's very important. It's always better to leave a bridge built than to burn it. And what I mean by that is don't, snap on anybody. Don't go crazy. Don't do anything that you would regret because life is funny. It's cyclical. Just enjoy the ride, end on a positive note as best as possible. And remember that, it's better to be a little bit angry about a situation than to completely tear it up into shreds and potentially ruin yourself with a bad review or any kind of negative stigma around your services, because at the end of the day you're your own advocate and you have to make sure that you do everything to make sure that you're positioned in the proper light for future clients that you're going to have. So be approachable and be positive. The first thing that I did was I found 25 accounts that were in my niche and I followed all of them and I turned their post notifications on. And why that's important is, well, think about it. If an account has 515,000 followers and each of their posts gets 10,000 likes on it, if you turn on their post notifications and you're the first person to comment underneath and you actually, contribute something to the conversation around the content that they created, well, now you're engaging with 515,000 potential people who will see it. And that's not even thinking about the extra outreach that they get on top of that. So now when people click on that photo, the first thing that they see, boom, right up at the top is your name. That's advertising that you've done for free for yourself. Commenting on as many people's posts that are particular to your niche and not spamming. That's not what I mean. I don't mean go post 3 little fire emojis underneath whatever they're posting or to post a thumbs up and great job. That's not engaging. It's, if they post 15 facts that every investor should know and you see fact number 7, you're like, "Oh, I've never thought about that. That's interesting." I guarantee you, if that account is real, they're going to comment back and talk to you about the things that they think about whatever you said, or the things that they think about, that particular number 7 on their content that they created. And now you've opened up a conversation. And now through opening up a conversation, people are like, well, who's this little account with 58 followers that this account with 515,000 is talking to? Are they friends? Like they must know each other. That was really insightful. They seem to have like a lot of good, input. I want to follow them. And just like that, you've got some followers coming and you've got people looking at your page. Even if they don't follow you, it's traffic. And traffic is still getting your message out there. They might see something in 2 weeks and say, oh, that reminds me of, so and so's page. I'm gonna go check them out again. I think I liked what I saw. And now you're gaining followers, you're making revenue, whatever it might be that you're trying to do through your platform, you're achieving it. And it was for free. All you have to do is make sure you take the time and prospect carefully and actually add value. Those are the 2 main points. So with that being said, when you do engage with these people and they finally do go to your account, you have to make sure that you have posts that are brought to life. Now you're probably wondering, like, what does that mean? Like, bring a post to life? That's kind of a vague statement. Okay, fair enough. Well, what I mean is you want to put meaningful content out there. Be mindful of the things that you're putting out into the space. Your page is the first impression that people will get when they look at you. So make sure it's something that you want to put out there. Your best foot is forward. If you're posting video content, try to do it once a week unless your specific page is about video content. Because too much video content is just, people don't really watch it. They'll just scroll by it. But once a week, people are like, oh, I haven't watched a video in a while. What is this? Let me check this out. And just a little snippet, people appreciate that. And a video, you can get a point across in a much more personal way. People can look at you in your face or look at whatever the content is that you created and hear a message instead of read it. And it just registers different in people's brains. It truly does. And you'll notice that it's very effective for a page. You get views on videos, you get likes on posts. It looks really nice when people finally click over and they see that you have all this amazing content. And so for Instagram in particular, the algorithm works best with high quality images that fit the interface. So that means like the best resolution that you can possibly get on your phone and vibrant colors, but also your pictures have to be in vertical because otherwise it kind of chops the photo and makes it in horizontal. And it looks inconsistent when you're scrolling through your feed. So you just have to pay attention to the tiny details, kind of like how on Twitter, they have a different interface for taking images and uploading them, and same thing with Facebook. It just all depends. You just want to have high quality, high resolution images, though, regardless of the platform that you use and regardless of the algorithm. The higher quality the image, the more likely somebody is to dwell on the image because you can see more. People want to engage with content that looks like it was crafted by hand and somebody actually took the time. They don't want to, a disposable camera photo that was fuzzy and blurry and they have to like strain their eyes to look at it. It's just not appealing. I don't really care what anybody can say about blurry photos. Nobody wants to see that. It's just no, it's not valuable. So make sure you're putting out your best content, put your best foot forward, and that will get you more likes, more views, and more traffic inevitably to your page. So moving on, it's always, always, always important to be consistent and to drive your value home to the people who come into contact with you. What I mean by this is like to be on brand. Don't try to stray and jump on with gimmicky, trends or whatever it might be. Stick to your brand. You don't see Nike talking about the new Steph Curry shoes. You don't see Adidas putting checks on any of their clothing. They are their own brands, and people don't go to Adidas to go get Nike gear. You know what I'm saying? Like, Nike knows what they do best, Adidas knows what they do best, and they stay in their lane, and that's why they're successful. They build up within their own lane, and then their competition does the same thing, and people get to see, like, oh, this is so different from this, but I like this better. And yeah, when you stick to your brand, you stick to your aesthetic, your followers appreciate that. That's why they followed you. They didn't follow you to see, the next guy's greatest thing. They followed you because you make great content. So continue to do that. Don't try to, you know, float off in different directions. Stay centered, stay focused. That's important. And another thing that's important is to make sure that you don't always upload selfies or pictures of yourself. It's not about you. They want to see good content that adds value to their life or to their business or to whatever it is that you're trying to get them to be successful with. Um, I can't tell you how many people I've talked to who are like, "Oh, I need you to help me with my page. I'm not getting any followers and no traffic and no likes." And I click it, and it's just pictures of themselves, just as far as you can scroll, just picture after picture after picture. Nobody really wants to see that. And the same thing with their products. People are like, "Oh, my product's incredible," and they do have, they have all these awesome photos of their product, but it's like 60 photos in a row. And I'm like, okay, but what other value have you been adding to these people's life other than trying to hawk your crap at them? It's like your product is great, but they don't know that. So what are they going to do to figure that out? You have to offer something of value to somebody for free before you can get them to really buy in. Nobody's going to just be like, oh yeah, this is this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm going to buy 400 of them. I mean, oh, I stand corrected. Maybe they will, but I guarantee you it won't happen very often. You need to make sure that you're mindful of the things that you post. Give them something that they can actually feed off of that makes them want your product, like an appetizer or something. You know what I mean? Give them something that they can like, okay, this is nice. I can work with this, and then kind of build from there. And that leads me to my final point. It's being responsive to comments and DMs. So when you're developing a brand voice, you have to remember that people don't know who you are. And until you have enough capital, which you might start off with enough capital, but to have a PR person, you have to kind of be your own PR. And sometimes that's a little bit difficult, but it's worth it in the end. It's an investment, the time investment that you make. Responding to people's comments, DMs is very, very, very important because when you start a conversation, it can spread your product and it can spread news about your product better than you ever could. When you're engaging with people, they have a positive experience with you and your product, and that's obviously a good thing. That can only bring you up. When you create a product, you want to make sure that you create a conversation around it as well. It's so pay attention to those little intricacies that you have with comments and DMs. Respond to everybody because you never know who you're talking to. And you just you could start a friendship or just have a positive experience. And then, when push comes to shove and that person is going through an unfollow spree, they're looking and scrolling and scrolling. Oh, hey, I talked to this guy, 3 weeks ago, and he was really cool. And he gave me something of value that I could use and I learned from. I don't think I'm going to unfollow him. I think he's a friend. I'm not going to do that. So, nobody wants to unfollow their friend. Make sure that you pay attention to your comments and your DMs and really engage. Don't just give them, a couple weak emojis. Give them something they can benefit from. They'll appreciate it and you'll appreciate it in the long run. I want to give you some tools that you can use to kind of help you along with your prospecting. One of the tools that I was looking at whenever I thought like, hey, what tool do I need more than any other tool? And I sat and thought about it for a minute, and I think acuity scheduling is probably the most important tool that you could use. People also like Calendly. Honestly, I think they're both amazing. But like I said, this tool, acuity scheduling, has been the most helpful for me out of any other tool that I've ever used. I recommend Hootsuite. Hootsuite is awesome. It's a scheduling tool. It works across, oh my gosh, I think like 5 or 6 platforms. And that's just what I know of. I mean, I've only had to use it off of probably the big three: Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, but it's an incredible tool. I can't begin to just to give you enough positive reviews from it. So also Jarvie, I personally use it myself. It's an automation software. Whenever I'm asleep, I want my page to still be running. Personally, I feel that it's more profitable. And every day that I wake up, I think, over the course of the night, I can get like anywhere from 40 to, I think one time I got 175 followers in one night. So, it likes pictures that, you might be interested in. It puts you in engagement groups. You can put multiple platforms across it. You can upload text and images through it. You can do so many things. It can tell you how many people you want to like and all these things. So just go ahead and click that link. And also, when you click that link, it gives you a 7-day free trial. So be sure to use that if you ever need it for any of your social media needs. Yeah, so this is just a couple of little facts, to kind of wrap everything up. Over half of social media users interact with brands more than once a month. Think about how many people that could be for your brand and how beneficial that could be for you. Over 88% of companies are now marketing on social media. And then finally, studies show that 1 in 9 social posts should be an advertisement for your company. The rest should be about other things like trending topics and shared posts. Bring value, give them something that they can benefit from. That's the name of the game. That's what separates the average accounts from the big master accounts. They know how to add value before they just throw a product in your face. It makes you excited to look at their product because, I mean, if they're giving you all this for free, what more could they be, offering up in this, $300 class or this $50 consultation? This is amazing. Just do those 3 things right there. Make sure that you know what you're doing when you're working with your social media pages and you optimize them and you prospect correctly. And you too can have an account with hundreds of thousands of followers and become the success that you know you can be and that I know that you can be.